Hello everyone, today we are going to transform this backsplash area by removing this ugly stick-on tile and changing it completely to a herringbone pattern. We're going to use these artisan ceramic tiles. It is going to look absolutely stunning. Alright, let's get started. First things first, I always figure out the pattern, figure out where I'm going to make my cuts. This is the round deck by Schluter. This is how we're going to finish off all the outside edges. Once we know what the pattern is, the next step is to prepare the surface. You can put tile right onto drywall as long as it's not in a wet area. You do always want to remove these plates and the metal behind them, the metal plates behind it, so that you can overlap the tile just like this. That gives you a nice clean finish. Now I'm going to make almost all of my cuts beforehand, so I don't have to keep running back and forth to the wet saw. You can pull this off by using the glass cutter, but I do find that especially for herringbones, you can get a much cleaner finish if you do these types of cuts with the wet saw. You probably noticed a bunch of lines on the tile. I use these lines as guides with my laser to center the pattern right where I want it. So you can see me sort of following those lines in order to keep the tile at a 45-degree angle, which is what herringbone is. They are slanted to the side at 45 degrees. Doing that helps to maintain the pattern throughout the whole backsplash. If you do not do that, you will get into big problems, especially in the corners and things like that. Just for fun, here is how you can make herringbone cuts with a glass cutter. So those I did do with the wet saw, but I just wanted to show that you can make some of these cuts with a glass cutter, so you don't have to buy an expensive tool. I just do this all the time, so it makes a lot of sense for me to have a wet saw. If you do not have a lot of experience doing tile and you're trying to do a herringbone pattern, absolutely make all your cuts beforehand and figure out the pattern. It is probably the most difficult tile installation that you can do because there is a tremendous number of cuts, about 40% more cuts than you would if you were just doing a subway. Just be patient and take your time. Before you grout, don't forget to clean the surface really well and take out any excess mortar that might be sticking out through the grout. Now it's time for the grout. This is unsanded grout because the grout spacing is extremely small, so I do like to get a nice clean finish by using an unsanded grout. Be really careful when you screw these on. I have been doing this a while, so you could use a power tool, but you probably should just use a screwdriver so that you don't break the tiles. Do not forget to use a silicone at the change of plane, especially at the bottom of the countertops. Most of the time when I do backsplashes on existing countertops that have been there for a couple years, I always seal them, especially when they're granite or marble, just because it's fairly easy for me to do, and it's a nice bonus to throw in there for the customer. And there you have it. Another beautiful backsplash completed. This was a very quick job. I think it was about 2 days. Very easy transformation for this backsplash and kitchen space. Thank you for watching.